Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Davis Mills and the Houston Texans taking on Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit CD at Week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
I tell you what. When he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. From the gun, here's Mills. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Play fake, Mills. They'll roll him out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. A beautiful fake. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. 49ers offense trots out for their first series, and they're led by the 3rd overall pick for the 2021 draft out of North Dakota State, Trey Lance. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lance looks to throw again. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. former 6th-round pick. It's Elijah Mitchell. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On play action, Mills. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Lance now on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Running left, here's Mitchell. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Right back to Mitchell here. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Lance to throw it. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. 4th down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould. This just a 24-yard attempt. The kick by Gould is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. first down throw for Mills. Man open, that's Chester Rogers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll toss this right side to Mack. Room here to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Mills. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Mack. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Marlon Mack, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are back within a score. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy. Yeah,
I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. Here's King. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Mills to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Mills now. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Lance now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Lance going to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jonathan Grenard, his second sack of the night. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here's Mitchell. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Mills throw taken in there by Cooks. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, 35 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on second and long. Lance, slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now is Lance. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they can at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. So a very tight first half. We head to break in a one-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive, something to look forward to. as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Lance. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here. Already inside the red zone. Knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Marlon Mack ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Lance. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 57 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, Mills. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll go again here with Mack. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Marlon Mack, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he's out right at the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. They'll go with Mack here up the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Burkhead running to the right, and he is going to lose yardage here. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. On play action, Allen. This will be caught by Brown. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. On the give, right side, it's Burkhead. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard. Loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Niners are right back in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo. And that's complete to Croft. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's got Johnson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's caught by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Now Garoppolo lost the football, but an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Texans scoop it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. That one looks like he'll throw here. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Moore, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Texans have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided short-sighted on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.